The next great resource for local weather is now available.
DigitalWeatherDesk.com is your source for up-to-the-minute local weather. Add DigitalWeatherDesk.com to your favorites, download our app, and follow me on social media. The Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank.
Hey folks, good evening, and thanks for taking time out to join the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd, and it is, 6:30? 6:15 on this Thursday evening. Again, a quick look at the forecast as we set the stage for tonight, and we prepare for another round of cold air this weekend. And for those without power, again, that creates some concerns. We'll get to that in just a minute. A check of I-20, and again, most of I-20 is moving smoothly at this hour, and we are starting to make returns to normal, if you will, but for a lot of families, it is still very far from normal. And the United Way of Northeast Louisiana is launching the family relief effort to help working families stabilize after this unexpected hardship. Again, to apply, you can go to unitedwaynela.org/family-relief-effort. You can also just go to donate. You can text Family Relief, all one word, to 91999. But you can also just go to the unitedwaynela.org/family-relief-effort, and you can apply and donate there. Kind of a one-stop shop. And you can always, of course, dial 211 to explore more resources. So again, United Way is standing by to help. We have resources, being pooled together to help folks that are in need, especially our ALICE families. Of course, ALICE means asset-limited, income-constrained, employed families. Basically, families that work hard for a living but don't really have that financial safety net to deal with the hardships that a lot of families are dealing with right now. Again, United Way, NELA.org/family-relief-effort. You can just go to the United Way's website for more information as well. Check the infrared satellite. We do have some cloud cover kind of sneaking back in across the region as an area of low pressure darts through the area tonight. We'll bring a cold front through the region and sets us up for some very cold air this weekend. Your radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule that free roof inspection at brownsroofingla.com. Commercial or residential. If you have a warped roof, if the shingles don't look right, you have discoloring, anything after this storm, again, err on the side of caution. Schedule that free roof inspection. Jimmy and the guys will take a look, and if there's nothing you need to worry about, they'll tell you there's nothing you need to worry about. So again, most honest folks that I know in terms of the roofing business, and they'll level with you. Across the region, we are starting to see, again, drastic improvements in terms of the power restoration efforts across the region. I know a lot of folks, it's easy for me to say, but there are still folks without power that are going, well, we're still without, and that's the frustrating part. But I just, again, want to urge folks to be patient as much as possible, as energy crews, power crews are very, very well aware of the cold that's coming in this weekend and are trying to restore that as quickly as possible. A check of some of the numbers across the area. Again, these are customers. These are unofficial numbers, but just trying to give us a general idea, ballpark-wise, of what we're working with across the area. Low temperatures since midnight. Again, most of us were in the mid to upper 20s to start the daytime hours today. In terms of high temperatures today, this is where we landed. Mid to upper 50s, some areas topped out close to 60 degrees today. Go figure. That'd have been nice. And most of us will probably see another reset temperature-wise as that cold front moves through the area tonight and through the early part of the day tomorrow. Temperatures across the area as we approach the bottom of the 6 o'clock hour, generally in the 40s and 50s. And a little bit of good news tonight. There is a good chance that a lot of us stay above freezing through the overnight time frame. That area of low pressure that will push our cold front through the region basically pulled up right over Texarkana as we speak, and as Futurecast shows us, as it moves to the south and east, it will swing a cold front through the area tonight, bringing some clouds, maybe even a spot of patchy sleet or maybe some patchy rainfall through the overnight hours. Not expected to be a big widespread problem. Cold air continues to dart in. Arctic air arrives this weekend. That's obviously not good news. Some shallow moisture could get trapped in the overall pattern Saturday morning. That could allow for a snow flurry or two, but overall it's just going to be breezy and chilly this weekend. Very chilly, in fact, especially, again, for those that are without electrical service. Winds return quickly to the southwest as we head towards Sunday night, Monday morning, and that leads to the warming trend as we go through the first parts of next week. So we are on a warming trend. It's just going to take a little bit of time. A reminder of the cold weather alerts that are out. We did have an extreme cold warning in place for parts of the area. That's been replaced by a cold weather advisory. So again, cold weather advisory is cold. Extreme cold warning is colder, if you will. So we're kind of level 1 instead of level 2 if you want to take it away from that. But again, overall, it's going to be a very cold weekend across the area. Wind chills into the single digits in some spots, and morning lows well below freezing in the teens and 20s for Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Low temperatures tonight, generally near the freezing mark. A lot of us will still return to the freezing or sub-freezing levels, but as you move toward the I-20 corridor and point southward, mid-30s. I don't think I've ever been more excited to be above freezing as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Daytime highs tomorrow, again, only in the low to mid-40s. For those that are wondering where the 50s and 60s went, cold front. And again, it'll be breezy and pretty gross as we go through the upcoming weekend. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Arctic front makes its way through the region. Temperatures continue to fall. A lot of us, when we drop below freezing Friday night, will stay there until Sunday afternoon. So another prolonged time below freezing through this upcoming weekend. Could run into a few early morning flurries on Saturday. Again, not really a big bother for our area. And then another front is expected middle parts of next week. By then, highs are back in the low to mid-50s and morning lows back in the 30s. So the rest of the month of January and going into early February remains somewhat active, and temperatures continue to trend a little below normal for this time of year as we head through the next several days. That's how the forecast sits on this Thursday evening. Of course, this has been a really weird work week, and for a lot of folks, they look up and they go, oh man, it's Friday. Yeah, this has been one of the weirdest work weeks across the area. Cooper, nephew Cooper, hello. Harlan, Denise, Eddie, Kim, Ethel, and Rebecca, thanks so much for joining in, along with all the other folks that have joined in as well. Mr. Eddie, thank you so much. I need to get your ladder back to you. You saved my roof. And for those that have joined in on a regular basis since we kind of started this whole winter weather event, this is what we do 3 times a day. Morning, midday, evening, a live update to the forecast. We update it whenever we basically let you know what you need to know, when you need to know it about the weather. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning. Your fishing game's set to go at 8 p.m. tonight. Stay warm safely. Again, most of us will stay actually above freezing tonight, which is a nice little treat. And then we trend colder tomorrow and really cold this weekend. It'll be breezy too, so be aware of that. For those that are without power, I know that we're kind of getting into that fatigue area where a lot of folks are going, well, I've got power, so I'm fine. Check on those without. Check on those with, because a lot of folks are stubborn with their electricity and they don't want to run up the bills, so they won't run the heat when they need to run the heat. Those types of things. Stay warm safely. Check on your neighbors. Be a good neighbor. And again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to take some time for us to get back to normal, so make sure that everybody's taking care of themselves and that they don't get fatigued and that they don't get kind of, for lack of a better term, lazy in their preps as we go into the upcoming weekend. Again, forecast is available on the website and on the app. Thanks so much for making this part of your day. I'll see you in the morning. And again, thanks so much for joining the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. What's next for you? Visit cnext.bank for more. I'll see you in the morning, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday night.